Yes, now students, today our chapter is Basics of Geometry. Basics of Geometry. So, now in this chapter we are going to learn about basics of geometry. So, what are the basics of geometry? So, in the geometry, what is a point, what is a closed figure, what is a line, what is a line segment, and what is a ray, and what are the properties of line segment, ray, point, and closed geometrical figures. And so all this about all these things, all these basic concepts we are going to learn in this chapter, okay. Now what we are going to discuss in this chapter? First concept, basics of geometry. First we are going to discuss about the first concept, basics of geometry. Second, types of lines. Then third, points of intersection. Then fourth concept, measuring line segment, and fifth, about parallel lines, and sixth, shapes. Then seventh, plane, surface and curved surface. So then eighth, closed and open figures. Then last, congruent figures. So about all these concepts we are going to discuss in this chapter. Total how many concepts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 9 concepts we are going to learn in this chapter. So what is our chapter? Basics of geometry. Okay. Now before going to start basics of geometry, we recapitulate what we did in previous classes. What we learn in previous class. In second class, what we learn. So in review exercise, we recapitulate what we learn. Okay. So this is our review exercise. In this review exercise, we are going to learn about a straight line and curved line. We are going to learn about a straight line and a curved line. So what is a straight line and what is a curved line? If any 2 points are there, if we join 2 points with a ruler, with a scale, so then we form straight line. So we should join these 2 lines, these 2 points. This is first point and this is second point. If 2 points in a plane we join with a ruler or a scale, so then we form a straight line. So we are joining these 2 points with a ruler, so then this is a straight line. Curved line, so with a free hand, if we draw a line by joining these 2 points, then we form a curved line. So curved line is not a straight line, so it is in curved shape. How it will get in curved shape? If we draw with free hand without scale or ruler, then you will get curved line. So this is with free hand. Okay, this is with ruler. We are joining these 2 points with ruler. So these 2 points we are joining these 2 points with free hand. So this is a straight line and this is a curved line. Next, after that, different kinds of lines. So what are the different kinds of lines, different types of lines? How the lines? So we know that this is a straight line. So how we form straight line? So with a ruler. If we join 2 points with a ruler, then you form a line. So then this is horizontal line. This is vertical line. Horizontal line is also sleeping line. So this is also called sleeping line. So vertical line, this is vertical line. So how the vertical line is straight? Means say like this. Okay. So this is a vertical line, this is horizontal line. Okay. Then slanting line, just it is having some slope, then means like this, some cross. If you draw straight line, means cross, so then that is slanting line. Again we are going to discuss what about the vertical line and horizontal line and straight lines. So different types of lines. How many types of lines are there? Straight lines. How many types of straight lines are there? Horizontal line, vertical line and slanting lines. So, these lines, horizontal lines is also called sleeping line, vertical line is, so like this it is perpendicular to the surface. Then slanting line means so some cross, so means it makes some slope, so with the surface. So, these are slanting lines. Next, shapes. So, how many shapes you discuss in previous class? We discussed about circle. This is this type of means bangle. Bangle is in circular shape. Bangle is in circular shape. So, circle, rectangle. If opposite sides are parallel and equal, so this is called a rectangle. And triangle, three sides closed geometrical figure, three sides with straight lines. If three straight lines join together, then you form a triangle, then you form a triangle. Square. So, how this square is? Square, four sides, four straight lines. If four straight lines join, so then you form a square, but in square four sides are equal, all four sides are equal, this side and this. So, what is the difference between rectangle and square? In square all four sides are equal, 1, 2, 3, 4. In rectangle this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. But in rectangle you have four sides and in square you have four sides. Okay. Circle, so this shape is a circle, example is a bangle, coin. So, all are spherical in shape. Sphere means circle, spherical is different and circle. So, then circle, rectangle, triangle and square. So, these are the shapes. Okay. So, what we discuss? We discuss about straight line and curved line, and after that types of lines. Types of lines, horizontal line, vertical lines and slanting lines. Then after that shapes, circle, rectangle, triangle, square. Okay. So, these already we learn in second class, means previous class. So, this we recapitulate. So, then after that again whatever the concept here. So, this all 9 concepts we are going to learn about this 9 concepts in this chapter. Okay, students. Now, students, see next concept, first concept in this chapter, the basics of geometry. What are the basics in geometry? So, first point, then after that line segment, then line, then ray, so then plane, then surface. All these are basic concepts in geometry. First, what he has given, the first definition, point. All you should remember what is a point. What is a point? Point definition, a dot represents a point. Whatever is a dot represents point. Okay, and it is denoted by any capital letter. So, point dot represents, this is a dot. So, this dot represent a point. This is a representation of our point, and so this dot, it is denoted by any capital letter. It means point should always represent with capital letter. Here see in this plane some points are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, these points, so we have to represent with capital letters. So, what are the capital letters here? A is a capital letter. The first point is A, and the second point, this is Q point, this is B point, this is P, capital R, capital S. So, these points are represented with capital letters. So, what are the capital letters? Capital A. The first point is capital A, we are representing with capital A, and the second one we are representing with capital Q. The third point we are representing with capital B, and fourth point we are representing with capital P, and fifth point we are representing with capital R, and sixth point we are representing with capital S. All these points we are represented with capital letters. It means point should always represent with capital letter. So, what is a point? A dot. A dot represent a point. Then second, a dot represent a point first. The second one is, the point is always represent with a capital letter. This is second. And the third, in the third one, so here he has given about point. So, what actually point? A point shows a definite position or location. So, what is mean by the point? What is mean? So, why we are representing with a point? The point always define the position. So, what is the position? So, exact position. It shows exact position. For example, say in world map or in India map, so some Delhi is there. So, we are representing Delhi with a dot. So, that specific the dot represent a position, correct position, exact location. The point always represent or shows exact position or place. So, that is why we are using point in geometry. So, what is the use of the point? Point is always shows exact position or location, exact position or location. Okay. These three things you have to remember. A dot always represent a point. So, point is always represented with a capital letter, and what point shows? Point shows always exact location or position of anything. Okay. So, this is about point. First, basics of geometry. In basics of geometry, first definition, point. The second definition, line segment. What is the line segment? See here. So, when we join two points using a straight edge or ruler, a line segment is obtained. So, then you form a line segment. So, here see here two dots. Here one point is there, here another point is there. This is A point, this is B point with capital letters. So, we have to represent with capital letters. So, A and B, these 2 points are given. So, these 2 points we have to join using a straight edge or ruler. So, see here, this is a ruler. By using this ruler, we have to join these 2 points. These 2 points we have to join. So, with this ruler, so we have to join these 2 points like this. So, this like this we have to join a ruler points, these 2 points. After joining these 2 points with a straight edge or a ruler, then what we obtained? We obtained a straight line. When we obtained a straight line, if any two points we joined with a straight edge or a ruler, then we obtained a straight line. That is not a straight line, line segment. We obtained line segment. Okay. Then here AB is a line segment, A and B. This is point A and this is point B. These 2 points we joined with a ruler. So, we called it as AB is a line segment. AB is a line segment. Then how to write this AB line segment? AB. So, these alphabets we have to take AB. On top we have to draw a line segment. So, this represent AB line segment. Here A point and B point is there. So, AB line segment we have to represent like this. Here A and B are called endpoints. So, these 2 are endpoints. Of this line segment. So, this is the complete definition of a line segment. How we form a line segment? If any 2 points we joined with a straight edge or ruler, we obtained a line segment. In that line segment, how to represent line segment? Here A point and B points, we took here A and B points. So, how to represent line segment here? AB line segment like this. So, what about this A and what about this B? This A and this B are endpoints of this line segment. And sometimes we can represent BA line segment also, it is also correct. AB line segment and BA line segment, whatever. So, but two A and B both are the endpoints. So, that is your wish. If you represent AB line segment like this, or if you want to take B first and A next, that is also correct. Okay. This is the representation. Then after that, properties. What are the properties of line segment? See here, first property, it has 2 endpoints. Already we know this. A line segment has 2 endpoints. How many endpoints? 2 endpoints. A is the first endpoint and B is the second endpoint. Clear? The first one is clear. The second, it has definite fixed length. So AB, so these two are the endpoints. AB line segment is having two endpoints. So that is why AB line segment length is fixed. We can measure, we can able to measure this length. So that is why AB line segment length is fixed. Why? Because line segment is having two endpoints. If the if any line segment here, a line segment is having two endpoints, that is why the length is fixed. So that is why we can measure the length of line segment also. The first property, it has two endpoints, and the second property, we can measure the length of a line segment. Why? Because this is having two endpoints. The third concept, the third property. So what is the third property? The length of a line segment can be measured with the help of a ruler. We can measure the line segment length using a ruler. Using a ruler we can measure, we can able to measure. So then the fourth one, line segment is a part of line. It is a part of line. How it is a part of line? So we can discuss in line. So after this, line and ray concept is there. In that, we are going to discuss how it is a part of line segment. Segment means is a part. It is a part. Line segment. In the name only the definition is there. Segment means a part. Where it is a part? In line. In line it is a part. So that is why the name is line segment. Okay. Line segment means it is a part of a line. Okay. So these are the properties of line segment, and this is the definition and how to represent a line segment. Okay students, these two concepts, basic concepts you have to remember. Point first, line segment second. Okay. Now students, next third definition, ray. What is a ray? So before what we discussed point and line segment, now the third definition about ray. What is a ray? When we extend a line segment, in one direction only, we get array xy, and it is written as xy ray. So then how it is? So here x is a point and here y is a point, x and y. Now you join x and y with a ruler, then join x and y with a ruler. This is your line segment. Okay, this is your line segment. After joining two points, we form a line segment. So then after that, so we extend in one direction this line segment. If we extend in one direction, in any one direction like this, so extend, so keep a ruler and extend it. Okay, in one direction. In x direction we extended in y direction. Okay, so and keep arrow here like this. Then so what we form here? Here we form a line segment. So this is a line segment. If you extend line segment in one direction, then you form a ray. Then how to represent this ray? X, y. This is x point, this is y point, x, y ray. Then x, this is one end point. So we have one end point. To show the extension, we put an arrow head at y. So here extension, where is this extension? At y direction. So we have an extension. So we have to keep arrow on y direction. So first we have to take x, then after that y. So x is one end point and another we extended at y direction. So we have to keep arrow head at y direction. So we have to represent x, y like this ray. X, y ray, not y, x ray. X, y ray it is. So we have to show arrowhead at y direction. Okay. Then how to form array? So when we extend a line segment in one direction, then we form array. Then how to represent array? So we here in this picture, in this diagram, x and y is a line segment. We are extending in y direction, one direction, that means in y direction. So in y direction we have to keep arrowhead, and here endpoint is at x. First we take x. So this is the representation of a array. Then after that, so what are the properties of array? Properties: it has only one endpoint. Array has only one endpoint, that is x. It has one endpoint. The second, it has no definite length. So it has no definite length. Why it has no definite length? Because it has only one endpoint. In other direction it extends infinitely in one direction. Where it stops, we don't know. It goes so on. How it moves, we don't know. In one direction it moves. So like sun rays, we cannot measure sun rays. Why? Because the initial point we know. So the ray starts from sun. So that is the initial point. And where is the end point, we don't know. So the rays goes on and goes on. So that is why where it ends we don't know. So that is why the ray, length of the ray we cannot measure. Length of the rays we cannot measure. So that is the second concept. Why it has no definite length? Because it has only one end point. In another direction it extends infinitely. So that is why we cannot measure ray. Since array can be extended endlessly it extends so on. So we cannot draw a ray on a paper. If you extend like this, so we cannot draw on a paper. So but how can we draw? So keep an arrowhead. So we can show array on a paper, on a book, in our book also. So endlessly it in one direction, we cannot draw array on a paper. On a paper we cannot draw. So but putting an arrow, so we can show the ray on our paper. Okay. So how to represent like this? We can represent a ray on our paper. Okay. Like this we can represent a ray. Here next, line. What is a line? So line, here line, ray and line. So a little difference is there. So if you take two endpoints x and y, this is x point and this is y point. If you joined x and y, so with a ruler, not with a free hand. So here I am drawing with a free hand, but you don't draw with a free hand. So take a ruler and join it. Then you form a, what you form here? You form here line segment. After that you extend this line segment in both the direction, here and here, both the direction. If you extend the line segment in both the direction, then so we form a line, and then we form a line. Like this we form a line. How we form a line? If line in a line segment, so extend in both the direction, then we form a line. So it means in a line there is no end point. In ray we have one end point, in line segment we have two end points. In line there is no end point. It has no end point in a line. Okay. Why? Because it extends in both the directions. On right side as well as on left side, it extends both the sides. So that is why it is not having a definite length. The length of line is not fixed. Why? Because it extends infinitely in both the directions. So that is why, so length of the line we cannot measure, length of the line. So then how to represent line? So xy is a line. So like this we have to represent xy by taking arrow, two-side arrow. Two arrowheads we have to keep. On x also we have to keep arrowhead, on y also we have to keep arrowhead. But in array we have to keep arrowhead where it is, here on y. In y direction the arrowhead is there, so we have to represent like this. But here we have to show arrowhead on both the direction. Okay. Then properties of a line. No endpoints. So line, it has no endpoints. The second, it has no definite length. Why? Because it extends both the directions infinitely in both the directions. So we cannot measure the length of line. So we cannot show on a paper, but we can show a paper by keeping arrowheads on both the sides. Okay. If we want to show a line on a paper, then we have to keep arrowheads, both the sides we have to keep arrowhead and we have to show a line on a paper. Okay. So, these are the basic means definitions in geometry. So, one is a point, the second one is a line segment, the third one is a ray, and the fourth one is line. Point, line segment, ray and line. Okay, students.